Welcome to our Wednesday class. We've got Basti here with us. He's going to be in the chat. If you've got any questions, he's going to be there. So thank you so much, Basti, for joining us this morning. If you'd like to say hi in the chat, just tell us where you're coming from today and also maybe how you are. It'd be great to know. Let's see, we've got quite a few people with us today. Oh, amazing. Lovely. So good morning. Good morning, everybody. Maybe it's not morning where you are, but it's a wet and damp morning here in Norwich, but also quite warm. So yeah, a bit of spring rain, hopefully. Amazing. Oh, great to see you all. Okay, so let's first of all just check in, see how we're doing. You can do this standing, sitting, lying, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm just going to do a body scan. I think it's nice to start just by checking in with how you are. Just lift up the head towards the ceiling and let the feet relax down to the earth. And then if you like, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. And we're just going to scan from the top of our head all the way down to your feet. Just notice if there's any areas that feel lighter or feel heavier. Or feel like there's any contraction or tension anywhere. Or any area that you feel like needs more energy. Just scanning down and making a mental note. Good. And then we'll check in with our 3 burners. First of all, check in with your lower burner, below your navel. Just closing your eyes and just checking in. Does it feel full or empty, or is there an image or a sound or a color that you're picking up? I'm going to go to your middle burner, just above your navel, and just notice how this area is. And then coming to your upper burner, over your heart and your lungs. Great. So let's just check in with the group. Let's do a poll and see what everyone is feeling, picking up today. Where is my poll? Here we go. Which burner do you want to work on most today from doing that exercise? Which one was the one you feel needs the most attention? Let's see. Okay, interesting. So we have the majority of the people, majority of you saying the middle burner over here, and then a third saying the lower burner, and then a few for the upper burner. So interesting. So let's try and see if we can change that by the end, get everything a little bit more balanced. So we'll start by just getting the whole body moving. So we're going to start by doing some shaking. It's just to really wake up the body, create space for in the body. And again, you can do this. You can do this sitting in a chair or standing, whatever feels good for you. And coming back into your body, into this space we had earlier, lifting your head up to the sky, letting your feet relax to the earth. And you can also just drop the sacrum a little bit, feel that heaviness in your sacrum, just creating space in your spine. It's quite a nice place to start with. And you can hold onto a wall or a chair as we put our focus onto one side. Just imagine that side is reaching down, creating roots that are going down to the earth. And once you feel stable on that side, lifting up the other side and just shaking out the foot. And really we're having this idea of creating space around this area. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit just by coming over the top of the toes. And just do whatever feels really nice for you today. And I'm going to come onto the ball of the foot and we're going to place the toes on the ground and then we're going to just roll over the ball of the foot from the left to the right, just stretching out but also massaging your foot. Come to the edge, the outer edge of your foot, and also just rolling onto the heel. Good, giving it another shake. Now we're going to come into your lower leg. Imagine you're shaking off the bones of your lower leg, really creating space, shaking the muscles away from the bones. Good, and then we're coming up into your upper leg. So we've got these big muscles here, just really giving a good shake out, the front, the back, the sides. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can bring your knee up to your chest. And then also bring your foot to your bum. And when you do this, just make sure that your coccyx is lowering down towards the ground, or even coming forward, just to create more space here, but also to protect your lower back. Good. Bring your leg across. And also open it out, create space in the front here. This hip joint that does so much for us. Good, shake out the whole leg. And then just place that foot on the ground and just notice if there's any difference between the two of them. Like for me, this feels way more relaxed, more full, more expansive. I'm going to go on to the other side. So rooting down through the other side now. That's if you've got roots going into the ground and lifting up the other foot, shaking off the toes, creating space. So if you're shaking off any flesh that's on the foot. And then coming over the top of the toes, just to give a gentle stretch to the top of the foot. And then coming onto the ball of the foot, placing the feet onto the ground and rolling from the left to the right. And just stopping anywhere that feels like it needs a little bit more extra tension. Good, and then the side of the foot and the heel of the foot, just massaging it, grounding it. Good, giving it another shake. And coming into your lower leg. Again, as if we're shaking off the muscle, shaking the bones out, making lots of space in that lower leg. And coming up into your upper leg, shaking off the big muscles, the front, the back, the sides. Just imagine you're creating a lot of space here. And stretch a little bit, bring your knee up to your chest. And then also you can bring your foot to the back. If it's comfortable for you, dropping the coccyx down and maybe forward a little bit to create a little bit more space in the front here. Good. You can also bring it across and then opening up here, creating more space in this joint here. Good, shaking it out, shaking the other leg out, still a balancing act, and then placing your feet down together and just notice how they are now, checking in with them. Okay, rubbing around the top of your hips. I feel like we can often hold a little tension around these joints here, around the hips, in this pelvic girdle, so just closing your eyes, taking a moment just to make contact with it. You can do some light doing. loose fists around there, just reminding all the muscles, especially around the glutes, around here, just reminding the muscles to let go, to relax. And warming these muscles up. Yeah. Coming to your lower abdomen, just doing circular motion, clockwise direction. Just warming up this lower abdomen. I'm going to do rubbing over your kidneys. Just notice how they feel. Sending some energy. Generally warming up this area. Come to your sides. And then bring your hands over this middle burner. And a lot of people mention that this is the area they'd like to have to focus on today, or that needed a little more attention. So we're just going to place your hands either side of your rib cage here. And just gently breathe in and out. As you breathe in, your rib cage expands out, and as you breathe out, it relaxes back again. So we're just going to create more space in this middle burner. And your hands are being pushed out with each inhale. And relaxing back with the exhale. You can imagine your diaphragm is relaxing and softening. And this whole area has more space. Another great way to create, to get the energy moving in an area is to do what we call a left hand, right hand meditation. Basically, we just take your attention from one hand to the other. And by doing that, wherever you're in Chinese medicine, so wherever your attention goes, that's where the energy flows. So even by taking our attention from one hand to the other side, then what we're doing is we're moving the energy from one side to the other. So if you're feeling like this area is blocked, or for me, it felt quite fluttery. So even just doing this, it's like smooth. You can just imagine the energy is being smoothed out throughout this whole area. So let's just give it a try. So placing your hands either over your lower ribs here, side of your rib cage. You can do this with your eyes closed, your eyes lower down. I'm just going to take your focus from your right hand to your left hand, to your right hand, to your left hand, to your right, to your left, to your right, and left, right, and left, and right, and left. And you're going to start to speed this up. So actually, I'm not going to talk you through it because you're going to do it much faster than I can say the words. So you're going to start off slow like I was doing just now with the right and the left. And as you go, you're going to speed this up. So your attention is going to move very fast between your two hands. And let's just see if we can create a bit more movement around this area, help the energy, and if it's feeling a bit stuck, fluttery, help this energy move. But also whenever we create this dynamic of energy moving, more energy is going to come into the area. So it's also great if you're feeling a little bit low here as well. So from the right to the left, I'm going to start you off and then I'm going to do it in your own time as you speed up, okay? I'm going to start with the right and the left, the right and the left, the right and the left, the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And now in your own time, just speeding up as fast as you can, taking your attention from one hand to the other. As if your whole mind is going to each hand. I'm going to start to slow it down again. The right to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And then gently releasing your hands from this area. And just check in again. How is it feeling now? How is this middle line for you? So for me, everything's calmed down. Before it was very fluttery, and now I can just feel this gentle movement moving from side to side. It'd be interesting to hear from you what your experience was. If you want to pop it in the chat. And then we're going to keep going up. So we're going to come up to this upper area. Just bring your shoulders forwards, upwards and backwards. Just creating as much space as you can with your rib cage. Opening. Just really opening the chest on this backward motion. And really letting your shoulders pull forwards, upwards and backwards. Giving all these muscles a massage as you do that. Nice. Good. Now we're going to start, we're going to do our full, we're going to bring the whole hand into it. So bringing up your one hand forwards, upwards and backwards. And just start to follow that with your eyes. Follow your hand with your eyes. Just to create more space in your rib cage. Stretching out this side body. Ooh, feels so good to do this in the morning. And then one more time. I'm going to do it the opposite way, so backwards, upwards and forwards. And just notice if one way feels a little bit easier than the other. Good, and then checking out the hand, checking out the fingers. Again, just imagine energy flowing through your hand, creating more space there. Your lower arm, your upper arm, shaking it all out. That feels good. And again, we can just check in, how does one hand, one arm feel compared to the other one? And then we can come into it and balance it up. So taking the other hand forwards, upwards and backwards, stretching out the side body as you do, and then following it with your eyes. And again, just creating more space on the side, this chest area. And I can already feel myself like letting out some sighs, just release anything. If you need to make any noises or any yawns, it's always good. Get it out. Good. I'm going to do the other side, backwards, upwards and forwards. Good. Shaking this out, shaking your hand, the lower arm, and your upper arm. Just really creating space. And I'm going to do a little gentle bob with your knees, having soft hips, and just allowing the whole body to shake now. And then moving in whichever way feels nice, just taking a few stretches on your own. I love to stretch my side body a little bit more. Just reaching up. Okay, let's bring the chin to the chest. Just opening up the vertebrae at the back. And coming back up to center. I'm going to do this again. Bring your chin to your chest. Just really gently. Coming back up to center. As you do, just stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. And I'm going to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. So lifting your head up and then just coming down gently. And your right ear to your right shoulder. And then coming up to center. And then your left ear to your left shoulder. Just feeling that stretch down the right side. Bring your head back up. And then again to the right side. Good, come back up to the left side. And then one more time to the right. And just take a few breaths. On the exhale, see if there's any more release there. Just remembering to relax your right shoulder as well at the same time. Coming back up to the middle. We go over to the left side. Again, we're going to have a few breaths on this side. And relaxing your left shoulder as well as your right shoulder. Good, coming up, back up to center. And just having another little shake. All right, let's see how everybody is doing. Check in with the chat. Oh, great. Annette said the middle burner is much softer now. Wonderful. Elaine said it's warmer in the middle burner. Amazing. So yeah, having surgery in this area means that it feels rather stagnant. And this is such a nice exercise just to bring that, obviously bringing attention to the area, bring that energy, getting the blood flow there. And so and Jane said, oh yeah, you enjoyed it, great. Good. Great. So that's really wonderful. It's so nice. Like I know if you've joined my classes before, I love breath work. So just getting the ribcage moving, getting the energy flowing into these areas is fantastic. Wonderful. So now let's move on to the point of the week. So I feel like it's pretty apt that the point of the week today is not this one. Let's take it back to the beginning. So we have the point of the week is lung 1 and lung 2. So we're going to be talking about breathing issues and helping with the breath. So we've already done large intestine 4. You've done bladder 10, small intestine 10. And now moving on to this point, lung 1. So you'll find lung 1. This is a great diagram just because you can see where the collarbone is there. You'll see there's a yellow dot where lung 2 is, just below the collarbone. And then just below that, like a centimetre below that, you've got lung 1. And this is an amazing point because it regulates, in a sense, the lung Qi. And so what happens is as we breathe in, we breathe in this amazing, abundant energy. And by pressing this lung 1 point, which is, like I said, 1 centimetre or 1 cun, just below the clavicle here, the collarbone, it helps bring this lung Qi down into your body so it is more usable. We say the kidneys then grasp onto this lung Qi and then make it usable in your body. This is a great point if you're feeling breathless, if your lungs have taken a hit recently. This is a really wonderful point to press for yourselves, and you can literally just find it by going, if you come along the midline, just stop showing this 1 second. If you come along the midline, you can feel your clavicle here, coming all the way to the end, and you'll feel just this where the shoulder joint starts here, just in front of there, where those meet, you'll have lung 2 at the top there, which has very similar actions to lung 1. And then just below there, just like 1 centimetre below, you will find a lung 1. So these are both great points to press on yourself, or if anybody else is struggling, you can give it a go, see how it feels. So let's just spend a moment. Again, you can just close your eyes or rest your gaze, just pressing in. Choose one side to start with, pressing into lung 1. Taking some easy breaths. And you can just imagine as you're breathing in, this energy, this warm light that you're breathing in is coming all the way down to your lower burner. This is how we can make the most of it. And when you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in this light, golden energy. It's coming in and it's coming all the way down to your lower abdomen. And you come up 1 centimeter just directly below your clavicle in this area. And usually you can feel it because it's like there's a little dip here. And this is lung 2, so we'll just have a moment pressing lung 2. And then we'll do it on the other side. So pressing to lung 1 on the other side, just 1 centimeter below your clavicle, just in front of the shoulder there. Just notice if you can also sense that feeling, the energy coming all the way down to your lower burner, like a golden light. And then bringing our finger and pressing lung 2, which is just below your clavicle. Good, and now we're going to relax your hand down. I'm just going to have a few moments just to actually think about absolutely nothing, just having a few moments. Just easy breathing. Just letting your mind rest. Lovely. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And now we're going to go into a little bit more about the breathing, kind of ways that we can support our breath. Obviously, we all have our own breathing patterns, things that we've kind of grown into. And so we're going to do a little bit of breath work, just in this way of doing really conscious breathing, just consciously breaking our breathing pattern to create this more space. Create more space and more flowing breathing. And I think most of you have been here before and done it with me before, but I'll talk you through it anyway. So you're going to relax your hips. Relax your hips. Just allow your sacrum to sink. And just get yourself into a really comfortable position. I'm going to grab a cushion. Good. Okay, so lifting your head up to the sky, allowing your sacrum to sink down. And then just imagine your vertebrae like a string of pearls. And there's space in between each of them. Good. And now you're going to bring your hands to your lower abdomen, this lower burning space. And you're just going to imagine as you're breathing in, everything's expanding. You're creating more space here. And bring the breath all the way down to your lower abdomen. So just taking some deep breaths into this lower burner. And really you should feel on the inhale, your stomach's expanding and pushing your hands away. On the exhale, your stomach's relaxing, it's going back in, and your hands relax. So this opening, expanding on the inhale, and then relaxing and closing on the exhale. Taking a few breaths here. My stomach is growling. There's a little bit of space in there. And then you're going to bring your hands to the sides of the rib cage as we did earlier, allowing this rib cage to expand on the inhale and relax on the exhale. So it's as if your rib cage is pushing your hands away and then coming back again. Inhale, pushing away. Exhale, relaxing back. And this way we're giving maximum space to your lungs. Also massaging your organs with this full breath, allowing your diaphragm to really relax on each exhale. Good. See if the rib cage can expand any more. We're going to take a few more breaths in this position and see if you can get a little bit more space. Good. Now we're going to come up to your upper burner here. And again, on the inhale, your ribcage expands out. On the exhale, it relaxes back down. Full breaths into this space. You might feel a little bit lightheaded, more oxygen's coming into your body right now. As long as you're sitting down, lying down, it's fine, it will go. We're just going to stay with this breath, this big, full, deep inhales. Great. Now that we've focused on all of these three areas, we're going to take our attention to all of them at the same time. So breathing into your lower abdomen, the sides of your ribs, the top of your chest at the same time. So it's like a balloon, everything's expanding and then contracting at the same time. So let's do it a few times together. Breathing in, expanding out in all directions, and then breathing out, everything relaxing. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then a few times in your own time. Good. Now we're going to continue doing this breath. We're going to do what we call circular breathing. So instead of holding our breath at the top of the inhale, the bottom of the exhale, we're going to keep breathing. So there's no pause, there's no holding. Your breath is very smooth, very fluid. So breathing into these three areas at the same time. I'm just going to keep the breath smooth. Breathing in, breathing out. Imagine it's a circle. You're not holding your breath, you're not pausing. And this just really helps break the habits of sometimes we try and control our breath, or if things become stressful, we can hold your breath or you pause. Just how we were talking about us holding tension in our hips, it's the same way with our breath. So we're just going to allow this to be dissolved as you breathe in and out, smooth flowing breaths. Allowing your whole breathing mechanism to be freed. Really maximizing the amount of oxygen that's coming into your body. That really helps nourish and heal. You can also imagine you're breathing in this golden light on the inhale. On the exhale, releasing anything that's no longer serving you. On the inhale, bringing more energy into your body. So you're really increasing the amount of energy that's in your body. This energy is dissolving blockages. And just check in with all these three areas, making sure you're breathing fully into your lower abdomen. Making sure the sides of your ribs are expanding and the top of your rib cage is also expanding on the inhale, relaxing on the exhale. And this gentle movement of expanding rib cage really helps release tension that you might be holding there. Really strengthening these muscles. And now we can let our inhale stay just as long. We can make our exhale a little bit shorter, just because we want to be able to drop the exhale. Sometimes when we breathe out, it can be a bit controlled, or like you're trying to pace it or elongate it. This time we're just going to drop the exhale like you're dropping a ball. So big deep inhale, and then just dropping the exhale. And then as soon as you finish your exhale, you're going to pick up the inhale again. So we're just going to do a little bit of a faster rhythm now. with a long inhale and a short exhale, and then picking up that inhale again, dropping the exhale. Just going to keep this going for a few minutes longer. If you feel a bit lightheaded or tingly, it's completely normal. Just keep breathing. And one more minute of this breath. Then coming back to your own gentle breathing. And just having a few moments now. Letting your mind relax, not trying to do anything. Just letting your mind settle. Good. And now bring your legs out in front of you. And we're just going to, can't see my legs. We are going to, see them now? Yeah. So we're just going to bring the legs in front of you, just supporting yourself behind, and then just rocking your feet, your toes towards each other and then away from each other. So actually the movement's coming from the top of your legs, but this is what it looks like on your feet. So you're rocking your legs towards each other and away. Just waking up your legs, getting energy flow there as we've been sitting for a while. Good. And now we're going to come up to do our do-in. So standing on your feet or sitting, whatever feels good for you. Just a little cushion for you. So I'm going to start from the top now. Loose, relaxed hands, and we're going to come to do our tapping on the top of your head, around the sides of your head, around the ears. And then you can do just a gentle squeeze as if we're bringing your palms together. Just to massage your head. If there's any areas of tension, just really nice to give them a massage and allow them to let go. And then pressing the top of your head with your fingers. And coming across your forehead, either tapping or just pressing gently. One is more stimulating, one is more relaxing. do this 3 times. Once you've done that 3 times, you're going to come, I'm going to just squeeze the eyebrows between your thumb and your finger. Again, just releasing any tension that might be there, any holding. And then coming down to your temple, just massaging your temple, circular motion. Coming down to your jaw, just carrying on these circular motions, just getting into any areas that feel good. Coming to your lower jaw. And again, if it feels nice, you can tap. If it's too stimulating, then just continue with the massaging. And then as we're doing the breath today, we're just really going to come into the sinuses, just tapping right underneath your eyes. And then pressing in, just this point here, just at the edge, the corner of your nose, pressing in. Again, just helping this. Pressing down to your large intestine meridian on your face. It's connected with your lungs. And again, just pressing around your sinuses. And the sinus is also a really great area to do this left-right meditation. Sometimes things can get stuck there, it can get stagnant. So we'll just do that just briefly. Pressing in around your sinuses, closing your eyes or lowering your gaze, and then just taking your attention from one set of fingers to the other. From your right to your left, from your right to your left, and then just speed it up. So in your own time, just speed it up. Get this, and what you do is you're getting the energy moving, and as the energy is moving, you're really going to help clear this area. So just in your own time, from the right to the left. Good. I can already feel mine clearing a little bit. Great. Coming down, we're going to give the neck a little squeeze. Just one hand like this. Swapping over. And then we'll continue that just down your shoulders because that feels so nice. Just squeezing the top here. Both sides getting good massage. And we're going to do our doing. So coming across your chest, paying particular attention to number 1 and number 2. Let me know where they are. So it's nice to make a little noise, create a bit of vibration in this area. Good. And then over the right shoulder, down the outside of the right arm, coming up the inside, back into the chest. Over the back of that shoulder, up the inside. And this is so great for if you've got any breathing issues, just really tonifies, especially if you come up the inside, following the thumb here. This is your lung channel. And that's partnered with your large intestine channel, which comes down on this outside edge and finishes in this first finger. And then coming across your chest, doing the same on the other side. Going on the back of your shoulder, down the outside of your arm, and then up the inside. And you can, if you want to, you can choose this lung channel. Down the back. Inside. And the back. One more time. Coming across the chest and then down the sides. And then, like we did earlier, spending some time imagining these muscles softening, relaxing, releasing. No need to hold on anymore. And we're going to do this going down this stomach channel, which just runs along this, just the, if this was the midline, it's just the outside from there, from the front, just a little bit like this corner of your legs. All the way down. And we're going to come up just the other side. Other side here. Down the stomach channel. And coming up this spine channel. Getting some grounding both on the earth, part of the earth element. And the stomach. And the inside. And now I'm going to come to your back and just either got somebody else to do it for you or just gently go in, down, back, around the sacrum. So good to really spend some time about the sacrum, releasing the muscles. Really great. All the nerves around that area. Then we're going to come down the back, come down the midline. All the way down. Round up the inside, and then again down the back. Up the inside, down the back. Good. We're just going to brush. Lovely. And then coming to sitting, we're going to focus on our feet. Just give them a little massage. Always good to do. Massaging all of your foot. And then you can stretch each of the toes out. And then focusing on this lovely kidney 1 point, which is just underneath the ball of the foot, in the midline of the foot. Pressing around your heel. And coming to the top of the foot and just massaging in between each of the toes. So nice and grounding. Good. And coming to the other side. Massaging around the ball of the foot. Kidney 1. Around the heel. And stretching each of the toes out. Good. Coming around and pressing in between each of the toes. Good. So how is everybody doing? Great. Exactly. Kidney 1 is so good. I think everybody's been able to find that. It is kidney 1 is just below the ball of the foot in the midline. I'm pressing that. Oh, it's so nice. Really great. Really good for grounding. Just spending a little bit more, a few moments on those points. Great. So how is everybody doing? Let's just check in with the group. How are you all feeling now? Let's see. Great. So far, 100% feel more balanced. That's wonderful. We're going to finish with some of my favorite stretches. Just to get great, more space in the whole body. Wonderful. So some of my favorite stretches, and you can join in if you like. So it's to really get into the spine. Just bringing the legs out in front of you, keeping your back straight as you lift your head up to the sky. And then bringing your right knee up to your chest. And then bringing your right foot over to the other side of your left knee. And then you're going to hug your knee up to your chest. And then bring your cradle it with your left elbow. And again, lifting up. And then you're going to lift your right hand up and then twisting behind you. So I'll show you what it looks like the other side. Cradling with your left arm, bringing your right arm, and just straightening the spine as you look over your right shoulder. So your left arm is hugging your right knee to your chest, looking over your right shoulder, and just creating space. And this is really like also opening up the chest. And then just a few more easy breaths in this position. So nice to massage your spine. And then bringing your legs back down, turning around. And we do the same on the other side. You're going to bring your left knee to your chest. And you're going to hug it with your right arm. And then you're going to turn to your left side. Show you what that looks like. Hug your left knee into your chest. And bring up your left arm. And then turn to your left side. Bring your chin over your left shoulder. And just really keeping your spine straight this whole time, not leaning back into it, but stretching up towards the ceiling. And then creating a twist in your spine here. And taking some easy breaths, these full easy breaths. And the exhale, seeing if there's any more movement there for you to come into. Great, and then just bringing your shoulders back, and then just doing a heel counter twist to the other side. And then bring your hands out to the ceiling, and then just coming forward from your lower back. So you can bring your knees, you can bend your knees a bit if you want to, or have your knees straight. And then just coming forward, and you're just basically we're just going to stretch out your back, stretch out the back of your legs. Create a little bit more space. Take some easy breaths. Keeping your back straight. Good. And then coming around, bring your feet together. I'm just going to do this just to really open up into the hips a little bit more. I think you can see them here. So just bring, again, keeping your back straight. And just holding onto your ankles and allowing your knees to relax down to the side. And again, just leaning forward. And as you do, just keeping your back straight. And just hopefully you'll be feeling it in your hip joints, just opening up this space here. Keeping your breath smooth, not holding your breath. And then just the last breath, just pushing down your knees with your elbows, if that's comfortable. Lovely. Bring your legs. Again, we're just going to do this rocking motion, just to ease out your hips. Wonderful. How's everybody doing? Oh, great. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this morning. It's really nice to see you all on the chat. And yeah, just know this right hand, left-handed meditation, you can use it anytime, anywhere. Nobody even knows you're doing it. I love to do it when I'm working with clients, but also for myself, like whether with your breathing or sinuses, or if it's a joint, you can put your hands either side of a joint and just send the energy, send your focus, your attention either side, from one hand to the other. And yeah, I've seen amazing things happen when I've used it. So I hope you have, I hope you enjoy it. And if you need any more support, don't be afraid to get in touch. It'd be lovely to hear from you. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. So wonderful that you could join us. Pop a heart in the chat. Wonderful. And we will see you next week with another point of the week.